Welcome back to episode 15 of Hillians Talk, live coming at you from my living room again. Welcome, Jack.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for joining me in my humble abode.
No worries. Thanks for inviting me back. Good to see I'm still doing something right.
Yeah. Well, we keep having good feedback about this, so
yeah,
which we obviously love to hear. So thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, agreed.
Lot to cover.
What to cover? Busy.
Very, very busy. We didn't really cover too much of the actual going-ons on the field because obviously we had the marvellous Lewis Taylor joining us for the last episode, so we didn't talk too much about current affairs. So I think we've got 4 games, basically all of November to date to cover. So I guess we'll jump right in. Canvey Island, that was a bit shit. Move on. What's the next game after that?
Yeah.
I suppose we should probably talk a little bit about Canvey.
I mean, the good news is we'll start on Canvey, then the rest of it's a delight, really, to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is good. I think we did that deliberately just so we could I'm sure the only way was up.
Basically, yeah. But no, Canvey wasn't great, was it? Let's be totally honest. Canvey come to us when they were bottom of the league. Hadn't won away in 11 months in the league. And, lo and behold, come to Posistion and keep a clean sheet and win 2-0. So, not the greatest day at the office we've ever had.
No, that's very true.
What the caveat to that is that it was their new manager's first game in charge, and anyone that knows football knows that there's just this thing with managers having their first game and they suddenly turn into an absolutely brilliant side.
New manager bounce.
No matter what level of football it is or who it is, it just seems to be a thing that everyone just acknowledges in football and goes, "All right, fair enough." So that will be what we put it down to. And to be fair, they didn't look like they were bottom of the league, Canvey.
No,
to be
I
fair,
agree.
I don't think we were great, but they weren't, really poor. They were solid.
We didn't make it easy for them, but they look like a good footballing side, and I think their current position in the league maybe belittles their actual ability.
Possibly, yeah.
We had some issues. We made some mistakes. We didn't play the best football we've ever played in our lives.
No.
Didn't play the worst either, but yeah, I think I think we can just chalk that up to new manager bounce and.
Yes, I think.
Move on.
honestly, yeah, I think that probably is just the most likely explanation to happen. They come and they were just absolutely bang up for it. I'm not going to say we, and I say we as in the players. Obviously, I'm not we, but as in the players. I think it's just a thing in football, right? No matter how many people say you don't do it or how many people say that it's not a thing, if you take one look at the league table and see that you're playing bottom of the league at home, just automatically you're just going to take that little sort of 5-10% off performances. You just are. No matter if you do it on purpose or subconsciously, you're playing a team that you should be on paper. So you just already have that sort of, I don't know, just slight offness about you. And then obviously coupled up with, like I say, Canvey, sort of playing better than perhaps they are in terms of having that new manager bounce. I just think it was one of those days where the best way to describe it, I think, and I've said to someone else before, I think Canvey just did all the basics very well.
Yes, I remember you saying this. Yeah.
They just did the basics very well, and they just did the basics better than we did the basics. And
they played like good football.
Yeah,
good football.
They were solid at the back. Yeah. No mistakes. Just got rid of the ball.
Solid at the back. Confident going forward.
Hit us on the break, and thanks very much.
Yeah,
really.
Snatch and grab 2-0.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And at that point, we were slightly getting a bit concerned about a lovely pitch being a bit of a hoodoo for us because we couldn't string some performances together. But luckily,
we didn't end October on a massive high. Obviously, we lost to Folkestone 4-1. That was away, obviously, in the cup, but still. And then it was. I think before that, wasn't it? It was a draw, but
every club's lost to Folkestone in the last 3 weeks, I think, to be fair.
I mean, we were just talking about them before we started the podcast that
they're a joke.
They are pretty good at football.
Yeah,
so,
soccer is their game, Folkestone.
Yeah, so yes, we were worrying about the pitch and being a bit of a curse, but actually, yeah, we move on swiftly. Although ironically to a game that wasn't ours.
No, and it was a grass pitch, so
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Welling was a grass pitch.
I forgot about that. I wasn't there. Obviously, it's an away game.
Welling, a lot better, a lot more positives to talk about for Welling. Welling were another club that are really struggling, to be honest, and down the bottom of the table. And I mean, really struggling. I'm not really sure the ins and outs of what's going on with that football club, but they've just come down from the National South,
second from bottom,
and if they don't buck up their ideas quickly, they're going to make it back-to-back relegations. Because let me tell you, that place it's not a positive atmosphere or environment at the moment.
The worst goal difference in the league.
Yeah,
I sound like I know knowledge. I'm literally looking at it.
But they
-18.
They're just I mean, look, we only won 2-1 when we went there and won, but it was a deserved win, and it just didn't feel like Welling are a massive club in this league, and it just didn't feel like. It just didn't feel like it was that hard a place to win, to be honest. It didn't, it wasn't the best performance we've ever played all season. It was just we just sort of edged it. We were more solid than they were. Obviously, 2-1 win thanks to Jack Mears late on, who we'll come on to him. Well, I'll come on to him in a minute as you weren't there.
I mean, one thing I was going to ask you for was your standout player of the game, so...
Yeah, Jack Mears in this game, it must be the best game he's ever had in his career, because, oh my goodness me, it just seemed to be, defensively, whenever there was a block to make for a goal, whenever there was a clearance to make off the line, a tackle to stop a counter, whatever it was just always seemed to be him that was in the right place at the right time. Just obviously, fair play to him. It was probably a bit of good fortune in there sometimes as well. And then, of course, with about 10 minutes to go, the big centre-half comes up with the winning goal, which is just sort of sums up the day he had, really.
I love centre-half scoring.
Yes.
Centre-halves or big men at the back, I love them. I love them scoring, especially late goals.
Yeah.
Which we'll come on to a bit later. But I don't know, something about it.
No, I agree.
Because, I mean, and they're
totally
the first
agree.
to admit it as well. They're not the ones expected to score or rescue the game, rescue the points, or be the heroes at that end of the pitch anyway, like big blocks, but of course that's their job. But in terms of heroes at the other end scoring the goals, the last minute winners or last minute equalisers, that's not their job. They know that's not their job. They know that's not their job. But when it happens, it's a bit more special for me. I love it. And I've obviously I wasn't there, so I didn't see his performance, but I've been a huge fan of him since he joined the club. I think he's looked solid at the back. I think he's paired with Luther really well.
Those two, yeah.
Both of them I think have been incredible signings for us, albeit one's a loan. They're both loans.
No, Jack's ours.
Jack is ours.
And I wish Luther was ours.
Yes, so do I.
My God, do I wish Luther was ours.
Luther's loaned from Dartford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack is, I mean, since they both came in, I think they've paired well together. I think they played really well. And frankly, for me, they're first two names on the team sheet at the moment.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm a little bit devastated to have not seen his performance on the day, but yeah, by all accounts from you, and I've heard it from other people as well, he was standout.
Yeah, he was man of the match by a mile, and it was just nice. It was nice to have Boxy back for this one because it was his first game back from his suspension he had, and he obviously popped up with what was 100% his goal and definitely not an own goal, definitely not at all an own goal. Definitely Martin's goal, everyone.
So it's an own goal, right?
Yeah. If it was in the Premier League, that goal is not getting given to Martin Box. But luckily, it's the Isthmian Premier League, so we can just
as we can settle it here as the confirmed. What's the word? Adjudicators or marshals of all things important. We will officially award the goal to Martin.
Yeah, definitely. And to be fair, Welling tweeted and for the webpage that it was Martin Box's goal. So hey, don't take our word for it, guys. Take Welling's word for it.
Still says Martin on our website as well.
There you go. So that is his fifth goal, I believe. And it was a counter, to be fair. It's unlike us because we don't normally play on the counter, but I think it was just a break from their set piece or something like that. I think the ball went to Pope, who then knocked it down to Stefan. No, sorry, he knocked it down to Boxy, who then played it into Stefan, and he just burst away down the right. They couldn't catch him, and just basically a lovely driven ball across the box, and Martin got there first, and the ball went in the back of the net, and that is all we really need to know about the first goal. Bosh. I think actually Boxy hit the keeper, went back the other way, hit the defender who was running towards the goal, and then went over the line. So
sorry, I've retract everything I previously said. That's not Martin's goal at all. You can have the assist.
But there we go. Officially, well done, Martin, for your goal. Unofficially, absolute scumbag.
Yeah, well, we take him.
But no, but it was very, very good to have him back. We did feel like we were a bit lopsided with our attacking play in the games that we missed because without him we're so focused on the right hand side, we're just so sort of one dimensional with Hamish and Stefan. There's no real sort of attacking flair down that left without Martin, so it's nice to have that bit of balance back. And then unfortunately sort of early into the second half they equalised and it was another own goal. I didn't realise at the time it was an own goal, but this is another own goal. It was another crossing from the right and it just sort of hits Hamish and just sort of balloons up in the air and loops over everyone and drops into the top corner. I'm not really sure what part of his body it comes off, but it just his body position was all wrong, and as he's gone, I think it might even hit him in like the chest or like the stomach, and it's just basically. I don't know. You'll have to see it coming. You'll have to catch the highlights. Yeah, I think he's expecting. I think the striker's missed it. And it's such a bad miss. It's actually didn't luckily just hit Hamish and.
Yeah, it's more hit him than it has, and he's done anything.
And he's got nothing to do. He can't do anything about it, and suddenly it's looped over Rocco and dropped in. Typically for us, which is unfortunate. I thought the striker had just got his foot to it and tapped it in, basically, but sadly not on the replay. But yeah, then as we talked about, obviously Jack Mears popping up late with a goal from a corner, which will actually be a theme that we'll talk about actually coming later, because we seem to have hit a bit of a stride with corners and scoring.
Gary touched on that, which is. Last post match from the last game.
He did, and that is exactly. I wasn't really aware of it until Gary said it. So no, I wasn't either actually. But yeah, it's clearly the managers obviously take notes of these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so more for them. But it was a very very good win. Like we say, Welling, a former National South club, just last year. So last season there was 2 divisions between these 2 clubs, and now we've gone away to them and beaten them. So that just sort of shows the trajectory we're on. Welling, unfortunately, in trouble, but they have just put a new manager, so maybe.
Well, that's it. Next game, win.
There we go. Welling tomorrow night. They play Folkestone, so maybe not. But
but can you imagine though?
Yeah,
the absolute scenes.
Yeah, there you go. But no, Welling, very good to get a win after the frustration of Canvey, just to
Yeah, and it's always
forget
good to
about
back,
that.
because you can always be a little bit forgiven to think you're going away. The odds are normally 9 times out of 10 always going to be on the home side. So you're always coming. It doesn't matter what the form is. Like you're always coming into the game with a little bit of a disadvantage, not being at home.
Yeah.
So to get a win away after a result
100%
we didn't want is a great bounce back for us, and by all means sounds like a well fought performance for the boys. So.
Yeah, away wins and just away points in this league. You don't turn any of them down.
You take.
You never go to any club, even at the bottom of the league or whatever, and go. You rock about an easy 3 points. So yeah, very very good to keep picking up that form. And like I say, at that time we were sort of a bit worried about the home form, so it's nice to keep ticking over things away from home, in the hope that the home form would kick in, and. So lo and behold,
it did.
3 days later, Tuesday night game, home to Cray Valley. The home form did kick in.
It did. Again, I wasn't there. Really sorry.
It's okay.
I was living it up large in London at the Ali Pally.
No,
I wasn't there for darts.
He wasn't at the darts, guys.
Funnily enough, this is a complete segue, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. So I was there seeing a band called Electric Callboy, who are a rave metal, techno metal band.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. From Germany. Absolutely nutters. But because it's at Ali Pally, they did throw some darts on stage. One of them, there's 2 singers. One of them came out and he held a dartboard in front of his face. I was like, this is going to go wrong. There's no way this doesn't go wrong. And the other singer threw some darts at it.
Wow.
And it almost did go wrong. He put the first one in the 20. I was like, oh, here we go. But then he put the next 2 off the top of the board, like still on the board, but not scoring, like above the double bed.
Yeah.
Not far away from where the bloke's hand was. So...
Wow.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Lee, my wife, missed it. She'd gone to the loo. So I was like, they've just thrown some darts on stage. And she's like, what? But yeah, it was
there you go.
a mad one. So I wasn't there. So James covered me on photography duties. Did an incredible job, as per always. And I just want to apologise for the lateness of those photos, because they did come out quite late. James had some technical issues. Well, we both did, really. So they were out quite late. So apologies for that. Not that anyone would have noticed, really.
It's okay.
Dave Bradbury.
Technology issues. Bradbury.
Yes. Yeah. Apart from Dave Bradbury. Yeah. He noticed pretty quick. But yeah, so they're out now anyway. Irrelevant. But
check them out.
I was following the updates from both yourself and from James. James was messaging me from the side of the pitch as well.
Yeah. Was James's updates something along the lines of, this is a really terrible game of football?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he used some more choice words.
I can imagine. I was paraphrasing.
But yeah, he said it was a bit of a nothing game, and I mean, I watched the highlights back obviously, and saw there was a bit of a nothing game. Obviously, it was 1-0. So.
Look, Hill won. That's all we care about.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's all we care about.
But objectively looking at the game, it was one that, it was really, really nothing happened. To be honest, it was a 0-0 game. We were not fortunate, but I think 0-0 was probably a fair result. So the fact that we've come away and won that 1-0 is, again, a really, really positive thing, a really good thing, that we can, like I say, sort of tick off that home win. Clean sheet as well. Those have been few and far between.
Those, yeah.
Just it goes back to your point you were saying before about how good Luther and Jack have been. I think that's been a big thing that sort of the whole month really that things seem to have settled down sort of at the back. You know, Rocco's obviously come back. We've got Jack and Luther who look settled now as the back two pair, and keeping people like Josh Spinks out of the 11, which you know is testament to how well
out of the squad as well.
Yeah,
in some cases, like and I feel for the guy. Josh, love Josh. He's a great guy, great player.
Yeah,
but we rewind 2 months ago when we were sitting here having a similar conversation. We were talking about problems at the back and we had. I think it's fair to say we were genuinely worried about our performance at the back and from the back four, from goalkeeper changes, from the change between Rocco and Alfie. Like we had some genuine concerns about us leaking goals, and I think over the last couple of games that's really, really been shored up. I think Luther and Jack have really settled in. I think Rocco has been improving every game since he's come back from injury, which is brilliant because obviously we like pre-season we weren't horrible, but we had some questions about Rocco and some concerns which I think were justified at the time. But I think for the whole back four and the goalkeeper, that situation is massively improved, and I think that's testament to the work they've been putting in behind the scenes and on the training pitch, and it's translated to clean sheet. Yeah, exactly. Clean sheets win football matches. All you need to do is score one goal, and we always
did.
pretty much always anyway score a goal. We're always good going forward. So if we can just cut down on that. That's weird, isn't it? That's never really been our worry. Scoring goals because really that should be the hard thing. There's a newly promoted club coming to a new league. Where the goal's going to come from? But turns out the answer, Chris Bobdale. yeah. This is very true. Bit of a dry spell for him by his standards. He's sort of taken November off really, which is fine for Welps, considering he dominated August, September and October. So you can have this one off, Chris, but fancy a go on, I was going to Tuesday, but you probably won't play. For Christmas presents for us? Yeah. A few goals over the festive period. Yeah, that'll be nice, Chris. You can come back any time and smash some goals in. Is he been overtaken as league top scorer? Yeah, but he's only by one. I know this guy was checking this yesterday. Someone's got 10. He's on 9. He's on 9. There's like 3 or 4 that's one more maths. There you go. That's 3 or 4 on 9, and there's one goal on 10. Dartford have got a goal on 10 and a goal on 9. I mean, I'll have that fun too, please. Yes, please. Blimey. Yeah, come on, Luther. Bring them over. yeah, and the Dartford they're doing good, but they're not top. You think a team with the top 2 goal scorers in the league would be up there, would be flying. I mean, they are. I think they're sniffing playoffs. They are in the playoffs. Oh, they're in the playoffs now. 5th currently. Okay. 27 points plus 8 goals. Yeah, they're growing. They are getting better, Dartford. So yeah, they're clicking. They are only in the playoffs because of goal difference. So they are joint with Cray, who are on Cray Wanderers. They're on 6th, both on 27 points. But yeah, the goal difference is better for Dartford. But yeah, so Welps is definitely still up there. But the Cray Valley game, going back to that, it was just both teams really. Just I don't know what was really going on. Just couldn't get any sort of rhythm or momentum, or just chances were few and far between. Passes were being just sprayed off the pitch left, right and centre. Just a strange watch really. Like I say, it was a very, very 0-0 game. If that game finished 0-0, then that probably would have been the fair result. But like I said, we didn't. We won it 1-0. George Vorster scored. I love that man. Yeah, fantastic. And he celebrated. I love the celebration as well because he proper gave it to the fans. Yeah, James got a great photo of it. He did. Another goal from corner, although slightly different because it was a clearance that sort of came to George and he lashed it in, but still, it was a corner. Great pick up though. He was in a good position. Yeah, he's not the tallest of blokes. There's no huge benefit to having him in and about the 6-yard box from a set piece. And obviously he takes a lot of corners as well. Left foot's handy. Yeah, so not a lot of chance. So he was in a good position, picked it up well, and I guess that's why he's there because he's got a great strike on him. So he's to pick up that second ball and wang it in the goal hole. Yeah, it was a great time to score. So it was just before half time. 44th minute. So looking at it right now. There you go. Yeah, just before half time. My memory is good. And I think we were all saying at the time in the stand, really good time to score. We can hopefully that will totally change the team talk from perhaps a bit let's up it to now we can not hold on to what we've got, but it sort of gives us that. Cray obviously have to now come at our second half to try and get back in the game. And Cray were not similar to Welling because they're not as in trouble as Welling, but they are a team that are down there, and probably the more surprising that they're down there because they were a team last year who got to the playoffs in this league and lost in the semi-finals to Dartford.
But just this year, I'm not really sure what's going on at Cray Valley. They've got the same management team. They've got a really good squad on paper. They've not had a big, turnover of players. Like I said, management hasn't changed. It's just not clicking for Cray Valley at the moment on the pitch. Again, probably sums up by the fact they probably should have got a point off us, and we've nicked the game 1-0. And obviously we beat them earlier in the season. Yeah. So that's 6 points we've taken off them now, which, like I say, if taking 6 points off a team that finished in the playoffs last year, it's again pretty good signs. But very, very, very good win. Clean sheet's the most important thing. Home win as well is really important, just to get that sort of monkey off our back, so to speak.
And you had some, I know we've briefly touched on it, but you had some very good things to say about Rocco after that game.
Yes, yeah, Rocco's very, very good, right? Whenever there's because what the Kent and the London teams do, when they're chasing the game, last 10, 15 minutes, even if they're a team that likes to get the ball down, they will just panic and just start going long. Yeah. They will bring a big man on, which Cray did, a huge man, by the way. They will just go up to him, he'll win the first header, we'll try and flick it on or something. And so inevitably the crosses come into the box, the corners, the free kicks suddenly are being booted in from the halfway line instead of just being knocked short. It's a bit of an aerial bombardment, which is a very London and Kent sort of way of playing traditionally. Rocco's very, very good at just coming out and claiming everything, whether it's just catching it or punching it, just relieves any sort of pressure really. He again, like you were saying before, he just gets better and better each game. Because think about it, right? Our sort of sticking point and our worry with Rocco wasn't really his goalkeeping. It was like the ball at his feet, and it was him, 100%. Sort of giving teams opportunities by making mistakes and things like that. It wasn't.
Never said a bad word about his shot stopping.
Yeah, it wasn't really
it
his.
Was always just
his actual goalkeeping. It was
more
his style.
Ironically, it's kind of his outfield play. Really, essentially. It was ball at his feet. Distribution was a little bit concerning, and it's fair and accurate to say that it did cost us some goals, especially early on in the season and even in pre-season. But I know obviously we're a team that likes to play out from the back, so that's going to be emphasised slightly with us because you see it more often. That's the way we play football. It's very rare we go long from the keeper. So there were some concerns there, but even that I think's got better. I think having people like Luther and Jack that he can play out to are very confident on the ball, are very confident with attackers breathing down their necks to turn them, make a quick pass, or make a good decision under pressure. I think that's helped Rocco massively, and I think, judging by what you said, obviously there wasn't too many of the highlights from that game in terms of seeing Rocco deal with some of these balls, but you're not the only one who sort of said he I wouldn't say not could have kept us in the game as such, but made the closing out the game very easy for us.
I think from memory as well, there was a late. I mean, he didn't have loads to do, but there was a save late on that was a sort of pinball around the box, and it just sort of come to a Cray man who sort of 10 yards out or so, and Rocco made a very good sort of, I think, one-handed save reaction save to keep us in it. But those are the sort of saves you need, right? When you're not 100%. When you're not really in the game, you're just sort of a bit of a bystander. Suddenly you're called upon. You need your keeper to come up with the moment. So it was very good, and it always makes me laugh with keepers, right? Because a load of Burdenshill fans say this, and I get why they say it, but and it's more the sort of older generation. Obviously, they then still not hugely keen on the playing out from the back and the keeper being so high up.
I've heard lots of people moan
and everyone moans about it, right? And I do get it.
Punching as well.
I do get it. I know why they say it, but if people think that Gary or Jay are gonna see Rocco make one mistake, or a defender make one mistake playing out from the back or whatever it is, and then go, oh, actually we'll sack this off now and go long, it's never going to happen, guys. It is never going to happen. This is how we play. This is what got us promoted. This is how we're going to play in the Prem. This inevitably might lead to one or two more mistakes because we're taking those one or two more risks. But the problem isn't with how we play. The problem is always the execution of what we're doing.
The idea is never bad.
Exactly.
It's just never quite carried.
And that's proven with Rocco, right? Where we've just said the last 3, 4, 5 games, he's been so much more comfortable on the ball. He's made far fewer mistakes. Rocco playing out from the back isn't the issue. It's just unfortunately Rocco made the mistakes, passing to the wrong person, or wherever it was, the actual sort of in play stuff. That's what was the issue. It wasn't the playing out from the back was wrong. It was just unfortunately the individual mistakes that were.
Yeah, and
he's cleared those up, and
100%.
We're now really seeing it.
Saying he's cleared them up, I do want to touch on one moment that I saw on the highlights from the Cray Valley game.
Oh, yes,
where they had a goal, and correct me if I'm wrong here because I wasn't at the game. They had a goal disallowed, right?
Yes.
Rocco lost the ball on the edge of the box.
Well,
and then sort of
it was more a pass back.
Yeah,
that
didn't quite reach him.
Yeah, or it sort of went past him. It was no. Obviously, I was on the other end. I did see it, and obviously I've seen it on the highlights. But it seemed to me that it was a sort of errant pass, and it was sort of out of Rocco's reach. And then obviously the ball went past him towards the goal, and suddenly it's a race between Rocco and their blooming quick striker, which Rocco was never going to win. I think it was more that whoever passed it, either Luther or Jack, made the mistake rather than Rocco. That's just my opinion anyway.
Making mistakes, no.
Yeah, or maybe it was Hamish. I don't know, but that's what it seemed to me anyway. I think it was an errant pass that wasn't straight to Rocco. I don't think it was. Maybe Rocco. Maybe I'm just absolute chatting rubbish.
Well, to be
maybe
fair,
it was Rocco's fault, but
it was or it wasn't. He's won us the free kick, rightly or wrongly.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. Right, go on, rightly or wrongly. Should that go instead? Be honest, because I have an opinion from the highlights and from some people I've spoken to.
Oh, I know what the people you're going to speak to will say about it, because there was nobody.
Funnily enough, I saw Bertie today, our team's manager.
There was nobody at that game that thinks it was a foul.
Yeah, he didn't either, and from the highlights, I don't think it was either. I think we're very lucky.
Look, I can't. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh yeah, what a great decision." That was a blatant, obvious foul. But those sorts of fouls are always given for keepers. All you've got to do is touch the keeper.
Yeah, you can't touch keepers,
and you can't touch keepers nowadays. So I'm not surprised it was given a foul, but yeah, if it was against us, we would not be happy about it.
No,
let's have it right.
It was very, very, very soft. But you're right. You can't touch keepers in this day. So
we'll take
it. And we've had plenty of decisions go like that go against us. So it's not that I'm saying we deserve it or we're due one, but it goes both ways. That's football, isn't it? You're both playing with the same referee who makes the same. Well, you'd like to think would make the same decisions either way.
No, agreed.
So it happens, and it just so happens that one went our way this time, so we take them. But I think it was a goal, but whatever.
Yeah, well, there we go.
What do I know? I wasn't even there.
Thanks, ref.
Cheers.
And it was Adrian. I think it was Adrian Harris as well.
It was Adrian Harris, yes. Because I remember that because James messaged me saying, "I swear we've had this referee before." I was like, "Send me a photo." He sent me a photo. I was like, yeah, we've had this referee before.
Yeah.
I knew exactly.
Yeah, he's well known in Burgess Hill, but just in non-league really. He's pretty much donkeys probably, but he's a character. Yeah. Oh, he's a character. But there we go. You take a bit of luck sometimes, and you move on very quickly. We do move on very quickly. And we did move on very quickly.
Dulwich Hamlet.
Yeah,
team I've never seen before. And I was there. Hold the press, alert the media. Right. I was just dropped my vape.
Smash.
Sorry, I can't talk to Jack without nicotine. I'm going to have to cover this.
Wow.
There we go. What was I saying? Dulwich Hamlet.
Never seen them before.
No, never seen them before. I was actually there. Hooray, I was at a game in November. I did come out even though it's cold.
I mean, before we talk about actual football, so you mentioned you've never seen Dulwich before. Thoughts on the away travel, and then the sort of overall actual crowd of everyone?
Oh, the crowd was fantastic. Which is not the order you asked me that question, but I'm going to answer it this way anyway. Crowd was fantastic. It was 1,023, I believe. I'm correct in saying, and it looked like it, which I think might lead on to the second part, which is it didn't always sound like it. But it did look. There was plenty of people there. 1,023, which I think was the second or third highest in the league for that game weekend. Yeah, second in the league, but third highest in the country. Oh, wow. Yeah, because Welling got like 1,400. Boo. Yeah. Fantastic day for the club. Dealt with some. I know there were some problems on the gate. I know there's some big queues, and I know that I saw at one point David Corney, the chairman, holding a card machine aloft. I assume trying to get some sort of signal. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. So I know there were some issues. So well done for the staff, people on the turnstiles at the bar, because I assume you had a very, very, very busy day. Yeah. So well done all for getting through that. But yeah, what a fantastic crowd. I love seeing that place like that. It's so good. And then the first part of your question, I think, was about the away travelling fans. They travelled relatively well. I saw a lot of pink. Pink is what they play in. Yeah. Pink and navy, bluey. Blue, yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I saw a fair few. I think they did travel quite well. Probably a couple hundred, I would have thought, at least. Yeah, more. I'd say so. Dulwich always easy to spot because, like you say, they're playing pink and blue. So if anybody's got a pink or blue scarf or hat, hoodie that I quite liked. I'm partial to a bit of pink. They're very marketable, Dulwich Hamlet. Yes. Very marketable. Yeah. Very marketable. Nice. Great crowd. Questionable chants from their fans, though. Yeah, they are not like bad or offensive. Just, I'm going to say it. Pretty terrible, really. They are an eclectic group of fans. They are not your normal football going
bunch of supporters, traditionally speaking, Dulwich Hamlet. I really like them. I've been to Champion Hill, which is their home ground, quite a few times.
The Rabble, I believe.
The Rabble, yeah, the Dulwich away fan, they're called the Rabble. It was nice to see them again because obviously we played them when we were back in the Prem sort of 5-6 years ago, and had games with them, but they haven't been to us for ages. So really nice to see that they're still travelling really good numbers. Yeah.
Lovely people as well. I spoke to.
Yeah, they are really good people.
From where I sit on the pitch, I get to speak to a lot of fans. There's a lot of away fans as well.
Yeah, they are
around and
really good people. Yeah,
they're all very courteous and polite and ask lots of questions and they're nice to speak to. So well played, Dulwich Hamlet fans.
Yeah,
Rebel, well done.
They're good. And then onto the pitch. Now we were sort of talking off camera, or I say off camera, off podcast.
It's the phrase, isn't it? We always say off camera.
Yeah,
One day we will film one of these, I think.
Yeah, there you go. And then it will be a true statement. I won't lie to you. But off podcast about the actual game, because the consensus with fans that we've seen anyway is that it was a really entertaining sort of end-to-end game of football. Yeah. Now,
he thinks they might have been at the Bongo Bar for it.
No, it wasn't. And we both sort of agreed that we don't think it was a bad game.
No.
It wasn't a Cray Valley. But so we drew 1-1. I'm sure you all know. I'm sure you've all seen the highlights. But we drew 1-1, and we drew 1-1 with the last minute equaliser.
94th minute or something like that.
Oh, it was like 97th.
Was it actually that late?
Yeah. Because obviously you very kindly sent me the footage yesterday, and I went back, and it was 97.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What do we have it down as officially? Do you know?
97.
I mean, Yeah, I don't know why I dated you. Yeah, I'm looking at you. 97. I just didn't think it was that late. I thought there were still like minutes to play after.
He did play minutes after, 2 minutes after, and there was 5 added on. So I'm not really sure what was going on.
That was confusing me because I was just like, there was only 5 minutes added time.
Yeah. The ref. Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on. Dulwich were obviously fuming that they conceded in the 7th minute of 5 minutes added on. Which
it was a bit of a bust up. We added some time on as well. But.
Yeah. Ben Pope causing absolute chaos. Was what he was doing.
Sorry, yes, going back to the game.
Going back to the game, really, I come away from that game thinking that Burgess will play really, really well, and was sort of scratching my head how we didn't win that game, right? The fans were saying it a lot after the game that we thought we turned what looked like a win into a loss, and then we snatched it back into a draw. So we went through sort of every emotion during that game.
That's a fair assessment. I think like we looked like winning that game the whole way. Then they got that very snatch and grab goal.
Yeah.
Take nothing away from them. Good counter, good goal.
Yeah.
Well taken.
Sucker punched.
Yep. Sucker punch goal. Quite easy to when you're 1-on-1 to the keeper to balls it up, and he didn't. He took it very well. Rocco had no chance, so nothing Rocco could do. Well, he could have saved it, but defenders could have defended. Yeah, he was taken very well, so fair. So I get the whole from a win to a loss to a draw roller coaster of emotions, but where some fans come around and say it was a really, really good and exciting game, I thought was maybe a little bit of a misnomer, because just from my point of view personally, the amount of people who asked me at half time, like, did you even manage to get any photos in that first half of anything? And I had to kind of be like, no, not really. Like, nothing. Certainly from my opinion, Toby Ball made a couple of good saves in the Dulwich goal. But other than that, like, I felt like not a lot happened in the first half, especially. Like, it was just a bit... The football was fine, but it wasn't the kind of like, breathtaking updates every minute or end-to-end thriller. There's a lot of huff and puff. Yeah. And we're not... Because Dulwich are similar to us. They get the ball down and they play. A very good footballing side. Like, they like the ball on the deck and play football, which I love. They just... I mean, Dulwich, this was not their best game for them offensively. They didn't really create anything, to be honest, and which is why that we all felt that we, Rocco was a
should have won 100%. A lot of the football. This goes back to your point about there wasn't a lot of action, right? Because a lot of the play was spent passing it around Dulwich's back four. They just couldn't get any sort of rhythm or momentum going, and then when they did, we'd end up nicking it in midfield with Harry Lawson or Kieran or whoever it was, or Glenn. So that's sort of where it come from, right? Because then we'd sort of hit them on the transition and the turnover. The game started like the first 10-15. I thought it was quite good. I thought it was quite exciting. Obviously, George Rost had that big chance which he should have scored. He went through 1-on-1, and unfortunately, Toby Ball made a good save. To be fair,
he made a couple.
He did make a
he's
couple.
good keeper.
He is.
I've seen him play, so I actually forgot he played for Dulwich Hamlet. So my first exposure to Toby Ball was from Ballers League. So he played Ballers League last year. I believe he's playing again this year. I'm a big fan of watching that because I think it's quite entertaining. So then when he's rocked up when Dulwich have rocked up and I've seen him, I'm like, oh, bloody hell, it's Toby Ball.
Yeah.
But I thought he played quite well.
Yes.
What a ball striker, by the way. Like I don't know.
What for, like goal kicks?
Yeah. Like I just feel like he strikes the ball so well.
Yes.
Like effortlessly. Like some of the balls he was punting upfield. I remember one specifically. He looked like he just put no effort in, and Rocco ended up taking it.
Yeah.
Wow, fantastic ball striker. He kicks the ball well.
Yeah. Just a side note on Ballers League. I believe Alfie Mansell makes his debut tonight.
Does he? Why are we not watching that? Why are we recording this?
Yeah, it's a good question. I got sent earlier. Apparently, he's making his debut tonight for
Wembley Park.
Yeah, good. So hopefully he gets on and smashes it. And,
all the best, Alfie.
Anyway, back to Dulwich Hamlet. Toby Ball, very good ball striker. But yeah, he made that good early save, and then he made
two or three one-on-ones. I think I can remember. There's one from Whelpdale. He made a good one-on-one save.
Yeah, that was right at the end. That was the moment that we thought, oh, that was it. This is our chance to equalise, and then we thought we'd blown it.
And then there was the earlier one from George, was it?
Maybe.
I can't remember. But there was another good one-on-one that he made a couple of good one-on-one stops.
Yeah, and then like you say, the sort of back end of that first half, it just sort of fizzled out into sort of nothingness. Really, Dulwich created nothing. We struggled to create many chances after that. And then you just felt, I certainly felt anyway, the second half started and the sort of pattern of the game continued really. We were dominating, we were pushing and probing. Dulwich defended very, very well, to be fair. They couldn't do much going forward, but defensively they were solid as anything. And I just felt as a fan, I could just see it coming. The longer this stays 0-0, the longer we keep, having shots cleared off the line and sort of scummer scrambles that we just can't force over the line and, saves being made. And it's just one of those games you thought that Dulwich are just going to have a chance in a minute. Yeah. They're just going to have something from somewhere. It was funny because I actually put out something about a minute before they scored. I said, Dulwich are pressing here. Dulwich, the longer this stays 0-0, Dulwich are in business. And literally about 60 seconds later, really, really annoying goal to concede from our corner. I know it really annoyed the management team as well.
Yeah.
When you have our corner and you suddenly, within 5 seconds, the ball's in the back of your net. That's clearly... I'm not really sure what happened either. Because, obviously it was a poor corner that got cleared and they were on the break. All right, fine, we can accept that. But then, I don't know. It just... There didn't seem to be enough defenders back. I know it's in hindsight because we conceded, but they just... Yeah, they didn't seem... We seemed to be one short.
Yeah, and there was just one sort of like... I don't know how.
I don't know if somebody was just in a wrong position for the corner, and
it was just. It was just like a bit of a. I can't remember who it was. The last defender.
I think it was Hamish or Reggie. It was one of the fullbacks.
Just like he made. It was a 50-50. If he gets it, he's fine. If he doesn't, he didn't get it, and
he committed,
and unfortunately, I can't remember if the guy sort of just juked it round him or he nudged it round him.
Yeah, and then
all of a sudden,
good luck catching him.
Reggie's going, or whoever it was, Reggie or Hamish going forward. Dulwich player going past him with the ball, it just happened, and then all of a sudden it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, and suddenly he's literally got the whole half just to gallop into.
And Gallop he did. He moved the ball very quick. Yeah. And and I think Rocco did everything right, came out well, made himself big.
Yeah, but
it was taken well. It was a decent finish.
Yeah, which is really frustrating. Really frustrating. You just, like I say, you just thought, oh no, he's just going to be one of those days.
I was, at that point in time, I was thinking, oh God, like here we go. I'm already thinking about the post-match interview. Luckily, I knew Colin was there to do it anyway, so I wouldn't have to. But it was like I still have to sit in that room and listen, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, and it was just at that point I was just really not annoyed, but just like gutted because I thought we played so well. I thought a lot of our play was good, and it was fun enough. We were saying we were score goals, but it was. At this point, it was our final third play. It was our last ball, our last shot that was letting us down in this game. And I thought, oh, blimey, we look solid. We've done well on the ball. We're going to lose this to a sucker punch, a 1-0 smash and grab. Really frustrating. But and then, like you say, the big chance come to Whelpdale at the end when the ball just fell to him. Again, Toby Ball made the save, and then everyone thought, oh well, that's it. I always bang on about you always have one more chance, and then. We did, and I said, oh, well, that's it then. That's, game over. Thanks for coming. See you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! No!
Glenn Ray.
What
a guy!
What a guy, mate! What a guy!
So good. It was such a good touch, such a good finish.
Yeah, and corner again
from a corner.
3 and 3 from corners. Are we Arsenal? Yes, I think we probably are.
Yeah.
Do we have to start singing set piece again? LA.
Yeah. Do we have a set piece coach? Who's the set piece coach? Do you have one?
Sure. I don't know whoever it is. He's a genius.
Yeah. Build that man a statue.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was brilliant. It was so good. The reaction was amazing. The crowd went ballistic. Like, I love a last minute equaliser.
Yeah, especially in a big crowd as well.
I'll have to look closely and see all the away fans' tears.
Yeah, they
just lost 3 points.
It's just it's a typical football thing, right? Where we were celebrating, the Dulwich players just on the floor and just sort of hunched over and sort of crouching down. They're just absolutely gutted that they've not held on. To be fair, to a game they didn't deserve to win, let's have it right. But
absolutely. But
obviously, when you're winning with about a minute to go, you're obviously gutted to not win. I also believe it's Jay that does our set pieces. By the way, just thinking about it, I genuinely think it is.
Yeah, I'm willing to believe that.
I might be wrong. I might have completely just carbosh Gary there, but I do think it is Jay that does our set pieces, and I think they do listen to this, so I'm sure they can confirm.
Yes, but
anyway.
Another goal from a corner, and great celebration as well. I love it when that passion shows as well. Like, it really means something to them, and I think that's one thing that we probably don't. Well, not that we don't talk about it, but every player at that club wants to be there.
Yeah.
And they really want to. And I know it sounds like a silly thing to say because they wouldn't be there if they didn't. But I love the passion that comes through from some of the players.
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Glenn celebration, you could really see that meant something to him. And it was quality for us and quality for him to get that goal. Obviously, his first goal for the club, I believe.
Yeah.
So hopefully more to come.
I mean, he should have got the winner at Welling because Jack Mears basically took it off him. Basically, what happened was it was another goal from a corner, and the ball come to Glenn sort of on the edge of the box, and he hit it with his left foot, and it missed everyone. It was rolling in the bottom corner, and Jack Mears basically stuck out a leg and diverted it in. And everyone thought
he made sure.
Yeah, everyone thought it was offside. And we looked across the linesman who just ran off back down the line and off he went celebrating. But it was going in anyway. It was like 2 yards out when Jack Mears touched it.
So it was coming. It was always coming.
Yeah, Glenn was going. It was going in for Glenn winner, and Jack Mears decided to just sum up his day by scoring the winner at Welling. But so it was almost 2-2 for Glenn. So he's a definite threat from the old set piece.
He's also someone I think's like grown into the club and settled down quite quickly and quite nicely. I think I've always been a fan of him since he started playing for us, and I think he's really started to look good. And I think it was touched upon on an interview a couple of weeks ago now, talking about the sort of the experience that having people like Whelpdale and Glenn Ray bring to some of the younger people. And I think it was Gary that spoke about a bit like Harry Lawson having people around him like Glenn Ray and Chris Whelpdale to provide that experience, to provide that support and sort of help shape him as a young footballer. And I think like Chris and Glenn, just focusing on them specifically in terms of their experiences, so good for the club to have. And I think seeing them play has been brilliant. Like, they seem to get better every game. Yeah. Whelpdale especially, he seems to, every game we ask more and more of him, and every game he delivers.
Yeah. And it's nice. It's what we were saying, because Cray Valley, we missed Whelpdale because we actually gave him a rest. So we were all saying it was really nice to win without having to rely on Chris Whelpdale. And then obviously at Welling he didn't score, and then at Dulwich, we managed to get an equaliser when it wasn't him. So we are finding ways to pick up points, pick up wins without having to rely on Chris Whelpdale thundering one in from 30 yards to get us out of trouble and bail us out and give us that spark. But which is good, because obviously Chris will be back scoring goals, but it's good that we're not just having to look at it. It's good that we're not just relying on him, and if he doesn't turn up, then oh god, we are in trouble. It's good to have that other we've got creativity.
I think it's clear to see now that we've got immense talent in every area of the pitch.
Yeah,
and I think the squad is settled down now. Like, we've had a few late additions, we've shored up that back line as we spoke about. Never really had a problem going forward, but having the likes of Worcester, Whelpdale have really added to that. And I think, and in Glenn going forward now as well.
Boxy scores pretty often now as well.
Which does, happy birthday for the other day.
Dulwich.
Yeah, or during the Dulwich game, yeah. Shame he didn't get a goal on his birthday.
Yeah, I was really expecting. I had the birthday tweet I was, just expecting to put the happy birthday on the, goal
put it
gift
on ice
out,
for
but
next year.
never mind, Martin. Oh well.
Yeah, it's always next year.
Yeah, we just.
But no, he had a good game. I think as well. I think him. To be fair, him and George always boss those wings. I think they. Always,
oh yeah.
It's very rare that they have a bad game.
Yeah.
Obviously, he took a bit of a knock and he was down for a while, and we were all a little bit worried with obviously Martin's injury history. We were a little bit worried he was down for a bit and got a bit of treatment.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did go off in the end due to it,
yeah.
but I don't know. But I think he's okay.
I think he's fine.
I think it was just a knock.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything to suggest otherwise. So.
He seemed okay at full time as well, which is what I'm going off. But we might rest him for tomorrow, which is why leaving the velocity. But I think there'll probably be some sweeping changes for that.
Yeah,
just off.
And Jay touched on that in his post-match interview.
Yeah,
there may be some resting and some opportunity to bring in some of the guys who maybe haven't like the Josh Spinkses of the world who haven't got a few game time lately. So
it's a really good position to be. Well, I mean, not that Josh Spinks is missing games, but that we've got like the likes of. I mean, I could name 4, 5, 6 players that would start for most clubs: Spinks, Brannan, Ryan Worrell,
Gambin.
Yeah, Luke Gambin. Yeah,
Luke Gambin, who hasn't started a game. Has he started a game for us yet?
Yeah, he
has.
He started the Crow Valley one.
Yeah, but absolutely quality player, and we have him available. Yeah. to who started at the bench.
He's now in the position that Glenn was at about a month ago, right? Where we're saying he's going to be really good. Yeah, he's really exciting, but now we need to see it, and the reason we need to see it is because he hasn't played, hasn't had the minutes, so we can't judge him yet because he's not got that game time up to speed. Now Glenn's got that game time up to speed. We can now say, Glenn Ray's really. So, hopefully in about a month's time, as we sort of head towards Christmas, Luke Gambin will be really making a difference for us.
Yeah. And I think, Jay, again, Colin asked a question about, and the way he phrased it, said about fringe players getting some game time against Whiteleaf. And I think Jay answered this really well in that he said, actually, I don't see any of the guys as fringe players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have a squad of starting 11 players, and we're very lucky that pretty much everyone in our 19, 20, 21 man squad, or whatever it is, has a case and an argument to be in that starting 11. We have quality and depth, and I think that's such a lucky position to be in because a lot of clubs don't have that. A lot of clubs will have what you would call fringe players, players that aren't regular starting 11. You wouldn't start if you didn't have to.
Absolutely.
Whereas we've got. Like, you look at our bench on Saturday, for example, so I think off the top of my head, and feel free to add in here, so there was Gambin, oh my God, Pope, Stefan, Brannan, who else was on the bench? Worrell. All of those players have started for us and will start again and are starting 11 players. Like, that is an incredible bench.
Yeah, I mean, Pope come on and just caused a nuisance, really made an impact. But yeah, like, as you say, we've got a really good, squad now, and it is tough keeping everyone happy. That is the hardest part in football. That is, I'm sure Gary and Jay's hardest thing they have to do because everyone wants to play, and you can't play 19. But
everyone wants to play, and like you have that in any sport. Like, it's always a battle when you're in that position where you're picking the players.
Yeah.
The balance between being competitive, wanting to win, and keeping everyone happy, because it is difficult because there is an element to it. Like, it's so easy for people to just say, well, no, you want to be competitive, you play your best players, but there is an element of keeping the dressing room happy and an element of fairness to it, and it is difficult because you have to make those. I wouldn't want to do it. Well, I do it in darts and pool, like constantly. I'm having to make those decisions, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I get it. It is tough. Yeah. It's tough. But we're so lucky to
look at someone like Harry Lawson, for example, right? He's been in and out of the squad a lot more since someone like Glenn came in, and then he got a start on Saturday, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good.
Think he had a Glenn, by the way, scored his goal about 30 seconds after he was announced as man of the match, which was quality.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He absolutely deserved it. He had a great game. But if you're saying he was the man of the match, a close second had to be Harry Lawson.
Yeah, agreed.
He played so well that game. He was up and down the pitch. He bossed the ball. He bossed their players. He bothered their back line. I thought it would have been a really, really good performance. And if I was picking the man of the match, I might have given it to Harry.
There you go. Yeah, but it just all goes back to what you said about such a strong squad, right? Lawson's been out the squad for some games, and then he starts against Tyler Chamlet, who were sniffing around playoffs, and
didn't miss
almost gets man of the match. So
didn't miss a beat. Looked like he
really, really exciting. It does sort of lead us on to the sort of Velocity Trophy game, which is tomorrow as we're filming this.
The return of Slav.
The return of Slav. Yeah. I mean, that's the main attraction, really, isn't it? Really, it'll be a rotated.
And I'm missing it again.
Yeah, well,
call myself a fan.
Yeah, I think tomorrow will be really tough because I think I just imagine Whiteley are going to go absolutely full strength.
Yeah, 100%.
I think they're going to want to beat an Isthmian Premier club, especially away.
They have nothing to lose.
And they're a very good side. Whiteley, we could well be playing them in the league next year. The squad they've got. Obviously with Slav, we know about his quality, but just all over the pitch.
They're not lacking in quality. They're a side in terms of their quality and depth, much like our own.
They're very much us from last year. They don't lose a lot. They're on a really good run at the moment.
And they're gonna want to progress in the cup.
Exactly. They're going to want to beat an Isthmian Premier club.
Not that we don't, obviously, but
I really, and I'm sure we will, right? But I really hope that we, really take it seriously tomorrow. I know we're going to rest some players. I know we're going to make changes. That's fine. That's sensible. That's by the by. But I still hope that we put in a really good performance and obviously progress. Because if we win tomorrow, we're into the last 16.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, look,
am I right in saying we're out of every other
cup
now?
Exactly. So
this is the only cup we've got left.
Let's not snip. Now we're in a position in the league where we're not at this point in time, really looking over our shoulder at the moment. We're on a good run and sort of in the top half. We can have a bit of a cup run.
Yeah, we're what, fifth in the form guide now.
There's no point sort of sticking your nose up at a cup just because it's not the FA Cup or the bloody FA Trophy. Like cups, Birchwood don't mean cups.
If you're in games, you should be in them to win them. Doesn't matter what the cup it is.
Exactly. Right. And the reason we're one of the sort of the higher teams left in it because we're obviously ninth in this Prem, and there's a lot of teams that are don't take it seriously and have gone out. We've got a good chance we can get through tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's exciting. It is exciting, but
be following your updates from Belgium.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. It'll be good. I just think Slav's going to have some say either way. It's just got to be. It's just how football works.
I hope.
Like I said, going to penalties and what's going to happen there.
Yeah, I hope he's brought his blinkers and his ear defenders because I imagine he's going to get a fair amount of stick. Bless him, because he's a lovely bloke. I chatted to him quite a lot when he was at the club.
Yeah, lovely guy.
He's a really, really nice guy.
Lovely guy.
And
but
he left the club after helping us. He was pivotal in getting us promoted. He put in some unbelievable performances for us. It was a shame to see him go. Shame it didn't work out for him with us, and we're sad to see him go. But he's bounced around a couple of clubs since he's left us. And he seems to be settled at Whiteleaf now. So
but
I hope he has a good game, but not too good of a game.
Yeah. I've got no.
There's a howler in there somewhere, Slav, no offence.
Yeah. If he can do what he did at Eastbourne Town at home last year and just give it to the guy 25 yards out for us to chip it over, that'd be good.
Yeah, if you just roll it to Whelpdale Street.
Such is football. If you're not with us, Slav, unfortunately, that means you're against us.
Yeah.
So
nice
that is how football works,
for
I'm
90
afraid.
minutes, we don't like you.
Yeah.
But after that, mate, you're solid.
Yeah. I'll still borrow a beer after the game, mate. It's fine.
Especially if you roll it to someone's feet.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think that sort of caps off our November pretty nicely. Obviously, Whiteleaf tomorrow. We'll touch on that in the following podcast to come. Then back to league action Saturday with Cray Wanderers. Very exciting trip for those going because it's a new ground, really.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get to that one.
Yeah,
I haven't spoken to my management yet. She might be able to hear this from the other room, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get to one. There's nothing in the diary that says I can't, so I'm gonna try and get up to Cray Wanderers.
Yeah,
obviously I'll be there for we've got a home game on the 29th against
Potter's Bar.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just testing you. Obviously, I knew that.
And guess who's missing that game?
Are you missing that one?
I am missing that game.
No.
Stag Do awaits.
Fair enough.
Staggy Do. Yeah. But there we go. So really, really busy Tuesday. Busy.
Be on the Twitter feed. Potter's Bar.
Oh, I'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
X feed. Sorry.
It'll be Ethan, and if Ethan's working, then all hell will break loose.
Gary? Ditterton?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not?
Anyway,
either way, we'll keep you updated.
No, yeah, thanks, guys. So there we go. That sums up our November. Burgess solidified. We're massive. We're back. Any word you want to use, we are it.
Yeah, keep coming. Keep good. Like seeing that.
Yeah. Big time.
Game was awesome. Obviously, there were some external factors that may have helped. Hasek's been away.
Still,
blah, 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 blah.
Still. Whitehall got 400. So,
lol.
External factors, schmernal factors.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't matter.
No. Phil the Hill. It was awesome to see everyone there, and hope to see you all again.
Exactly.
For our next game, but yeah, awesome. And I think that probably wraps it up quite nicely.
I think it does, my friends. Another podcast in the books.
Done. Bosh. We will get the next one out to you a little bit more timely. Again, me and Jack just seem to be hitting a bit of a busy point in our lives. Scheduling is a bit of a meh. So we will try and get another one in the diary for you soon. Hopefully with a couple of guests. We had a bit of an idea beforehand.
Yeah, we'll try and get something nice for you guys.
We might have 2 guests for you next time. We're not going to say anything now, just in case. But
look out for the next one in the next week or two, and
we'll go from there. I guess.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you for Grey Wanderers.
See you later.
Bye.